Okay, let's talk about the big weather tonight. Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy has everything we need to know. Where should we start, Alana?
Okay, Brian, we talked about forewarning folks about Cove Fort and I-15 becoming snow covered. That has happened as of tonight. Live view where you can see snow on the road. It's slow going. You're going to watch this truck come through and those lights are going to illuminate. Well, it's hard to see because of the snow that is currently on the ground. Hazards on there, not a surprise because this area picking up accumulation pretty quickly as that cold front has been sweeping through the state, keeping active conditions throughout northern, central, and southern Utah. We're watching as the front now pushes in northern Utah to the Wasatch back, starting to clear the Wasatch front. We still have some rain out there. It's going to start to taper and become a little more showery. I-80 to Evanston is snowy. We know that it's coming down in Heber and towards Park City. And then as we jump into central Utah, Spanish Fork Canyon towards Price is going to be a little sloppy tonight. Mount Pleasant and Nephi dealing with wet weather. And then we jump to the south where our swath of moisture has moved over I-15 from about that I-70 corridor to Iron County near Cedar City. We see in the West Desert west of 15 places like Milford getting that wet weather. Also the case near Enterprise, so right on the line of Iron and Washington County. This is what it looked like tonight in rural Utah County. Thank you to Cuerno. He shared this with us and he said it was really tough. Visibility was down tonight. He was trying to make it to the gym, but this is what he was facing on the roads. So we know those conditions out there, rain mixing with snow. Here are a few roads that will likely see snow heading into your Wednesday morning commute. Logan Canyon, Parley's, the Cottonwoods, Cove Fort already has it, and that will continue here for the next little while before precipitation becomes showery. Spanish Fork to Price into severe, as well as Beaver Canyon and SR 143, which includes the Upper Canyon near Bryan Head. How much snow is coming? Well, most of our mountains are underneath that winter weather advisory until 6 p.m. tomorrow. Healthy amounts for the western Uintas and the high country, but notice how the snow model now starts to include a few valleys. The potential is there. We've seen it happen. Rain to 2 inches generally speaking, but lake effect has the potential to push some valleys closer to 4 inches. Trace to 4 for mountain valleys. Park City was seeing sloppy conditions tonight. 10 to 16 for the Cottonwoods, 5 to 10 for mountains. Some isolated areas could go up to 18. Healthy snow amounts continue for the overnight and through the day tomorrow until that winter weather advisory expires. High of 49 in Salt Lake, below average following the front. Temperatures dipping a little bit, 50s on the eastern side of the state. Right now, we've gone from the upper 40s to the upper 30s. Those numbers will bottom out, could stay above freezing. We'll see what happens in Salt Lake City proper, but surrounding areas will be close to the freezing point. Satellite radar shows that front sweeping in the last few hours, extending over I-15 and now pushing towards eastern Utah. Behind it, more of a northwesterly flow, so colder air there. Westerly, it looks like in northern Utah, and the showers will continue. Precip for the next 48 hours will put down measurable moisture throughout the state. This is a complicated storm system, and it will impact us all in some way or another as we get through Thursday. So anywhere from a quarter of an inch to an inch. We talk about lake effect and the potentials there. It's never a guarantee, right? But we know that we could see it in places like Davis, Salt Lake, and Utah counties. In areas that do see lake effect, up to 3 inches in the valleys. The benches could be a little higher at 5. That could mean a sloppy Wednesday morning commute for some. So a heads up. There's the front on the move. Futurecast kind of shows where it is as we close out this hour and then starts to push over to eastern Utah. Showery in the south, but we're going to watch northern Utah. There's that lake effect. You saw it kind of jump out there. None of the models agree whether it will be on the eastern side or the western end of the valley, which is why all of them tonight have the potential if the wind direction changes. We get showery precipitation as we roll into our Thursday. Wraparound moisture keeps active skies and brings in the winds. That's the next element. That moisture that we see holding on Thursday through Friday has prompted a new winter storm watch with another round of accumulating snow for the central and southern mountains. By Friday, they could be picking up another 1 to 2 feet. Yeah, this is a slow mover of a storm. Now in the north, it's going to bring easterly downslope winds. If you live along the benches for the Wasatch Front, you know what I'm talking about. We're gearing up for a downslope event. We could see those easterly winds up to 70 miles per hour. The high wind watch has been expanded to include all of the northern Wasatch Front, parts of Box Elder and Cache Valley. Heads up, this goes into Salt Lake as well. We will see those gusty conditions near the mouths of the canyons. We know areas prone to this include Park Lane in Farmington, Weber Canyon, the University of Utah, so strong winds on the way, that high wind watch through Friday morning. Temperatures take a major dip heading into tomorrow, and that's due to the cold front only getting into the low 40s, 40s and 50s on the eastern side of the state, upper 50s down south, with showers persisting. Overall, it will be an unsettled day, but we won't see as much moisture as we've seen today. The path of the low as it heads towards Arizona keeps southern Utah unsettled, and the chance of wet weather in the forecast, which is why you see isolated rain Wednesday and Friday for St. George. We have wet weather potential for our Wednesday. It will be spottier than today, and then the winds become the main weather headline Thursday into Friday. Want to forewarn you about that early. We've been talking about that wind potential, but it can wreak some havoc, so we're telling you about it now.
You know what I appreciate about you, Alana?
What?
You're the only meteorologist outside in the elements, seeing it for yourself right now.
Listen, I don't like to do my hair, and so like that's really it benefits everybody. But
Yeah.
you know, you got to if you walk, you have to walk it like you talk it. And we've been talking about this wet weather,
have.
and it's been raining in Salt Lake County, and we know that front is on the move. So important to know that it impacts all of us.